What's Hush with Shimei Cook, Apple Podcast, Spotify, Google Play, iHeartRadio, or wherever you get your podcasts. We are also available on the video version of the show on the Cook Entertainment YouTube page. What is going on, everybody? Welcome into Shimei. What's up with Shimei Cook? I hope everybody has a blessed day, night, evening, whatever time you are watching this particular podcast. We want to thank our sponsors of the show, Jada's Men's Accessories, who actually sponsored our fit today. You know, it's a simple look, but they are our official sponsors of the What's Hot with Shimei Cook podcast. Let's get into today's show. You know, recently Ja Morant, Memphis Grizzlies star, had a conversation with ESPN's Jalen on him being in a strip club with a gun. Here's what he said. Take a look.
You at the spot, Shotgun Willie's. I've been there. You are holding a gun. And we both know how dangerous that can be. Whose gun were you holding?
Well, the gun wasn't mine. It's not who I am. I don't condone any type of violence. But I take, full responsibility, for my actions. Made a, bad mistake. And I can see the image, that I painted, over myself, with my recent mistakes. But, in the future, I'm going to show everybody who Ja really is, what I'm about, and, change this narrative.
I want to give major props to Ja Morant for owning up to his mistakes. Major props. That's hard to do, especially, as a man, as a black man in America, and as a professional athlete, a black athlete in America. Also, Ja is only 23 years old. He went through this at the right time, even though it was major, but it's right for him. If he was to go to something very catastrophic in his career, this time was the right time, so he doesn't make that mistake going forward. When he was in his 30s or his late 20s, deep down in his career, as a professional athlete in the NBA. But Ja needs to make a big turn in his behavior. This needs to be a big turn in Ja's behavior right now. He needs to just stop dropping people that are not, good for his image. Now, drop them like their leaves come fall. He needs to get rid of those type of players. Not type of players, type of, posse people, friends, whatever you want to call, because you are a face of a franchise. You are losing money from Coca-Cola, from Powerade, from Nike, because of your idiocracy, your dumbness of, showing a gun, putting other people's safety at risk, in the nightclub, in the strip club. But in the interview, he told Jalen Rose that he was pretending to be someone that he is not, which was a thug or whatever. And I give him major props for that, because it's hard to admit when you have done something wrong, you have done something that is not of your behavior. And it's great that he's owned up to his mistakes. It's great that he has taking accountability and trying to be the example to his daughter, to his children, to his fans, to the young fans, to his his teammates, to the organization of the Memphis Grizzlies. It's good. I gave him major props, and we gotta show him some grace. He's, like I said, he's only 23 years old, but in the end, he needs to be aware of his surroundings, and also drop the people who are not a good image for him. That's plain and simple. Drop them. Just drop them like leaves come fall. That's all he needs to do. All right, coming up, we have much more show here on What's Hot. We shall be back This is What's Up with Shimei Cook. Jada's Men's Accessories is a proud sponsor of What's Up. Jada's Men's Accessories is a black-owned haberdashery specializing in handmade bow ties, neckties, pocket squares, lapel flowers, ascots, and much more. Visit Jada's Men's Accessories at 417 Foster Street in downtown Durham, North Carolina. That's 417 Foster Street in downtown Durham, North Carolina. Jada's Men's Accessories. Your look, your style, your haberdashery. Welcome back to the show with Talk with Shimei Cook, or the podcast. Make sure you like and subscribe and share and all that jazz to our sponsors, Jada's Men's Accessories. Your look, your style, your haberdashery. All right, let's get into the GOAT, Micheal Jordan. According to multiple reports, Micheal Jordan is willing to sell his majority of his ownership of the Charlotte Hornets. MJ has been the majority owner since 2010 of the Charlotte Hornets. Here is the deal with MJ. You know, MJ, Micheal Jordan is the greatest of all time. He's on the Mount Rushmore. He's the greatest basketball player to ever walk this planet. And for him to be, he's the greatest player, but he ain't the greatest owner. He is a terrible owner. And I don't like to say this. It's hard. It's kind of weird. You're great at one thing in the sport, the same sport, but you're great at playing the sport, but actually putting people in position to be successful and picking players to play the sport, you're not so good at it. Micheal Jordan has not been a great owner for the Hornets whatsoever, in no capacity. The only great move he has made is getting LaMelo Ball, and LaMelo is not doing good at all. So he's injured. He's always injury prone. He can't stay healthy. He doesn't have good off season. It's all that. It's all that. In 2015, MJ rejected 4 first-round picks for the Celtics, including one that later became Jalen Brown of the Boston Celtics, in order to draft Frank Kaminsky. I don't know how to pronounce that last name if I butcher that. But in the end, you rejected, Jalen Brown. You had an opportunity. He had so many opportunities. He's not a good drafter either. He had so many opportunities to get good players like Giannis, like Dame. It's just MJ. It's weird that you're not a good owner when you were a good player. You're not. It's weird. He has drafted horrible players, like these random horrible players, and given up. It's just the Hornets have only under his ownership. He has only made the playoffs 3 times, and he lost all those series in the playoffs. It's just, it's weird. It's not, it's not how the culture of MJ is. It's just weird and kind of strange to me, if you ask me. And for him to be the only black owner of all professional sports, you're kind of making a disappointment to our people when it comes to trying to be an owner in professional sports. You gotta win, and he's not winning. He's winning, but he's not winning when it matters. He's not winning in the playoffs. He's not winning. He can't even go to a finals appearance. Something. Draft well. Something. It's domino effect after the domino effect after a domino effect. It's just not good for MJ. He is the greatest. He's the greatest at playing, but he is the worst at picking players. That's plain and simple. And we'll see. He bought the scene from Bob Johnson, who founded BET, Black Entertainment Television. Um, I don't know. It's just wish him all but nothing but the best. It's just like every time you see MJ on the sidelines, it's like he looks depressed, like he doesn't know what to do. And it's true. It seems like he doesn't know what to do. He was good at playing, but he's not good at picking players to play. Point blank simple. We'll be back. You listen to What's That Way. Welcome back to the show. It's time for one of my favorite segments of the show. It's called Get At Me. Let's go. Get At Me. Let's go. So this segment is when I answer questions from my viewers, my listeners, anonymously. So I did a little link on Instagram where you can send me some questions anonymously. I want to know who it's from. Don't know what's your name, where you're from. Don't know. These are all sent anonymously. I picked, how many questions did we pick, the producers pick? We picked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 questions. 5 questions that you, the viewer, the listener, chose for me to answer. Some of these questions you sent were a little, blasphemous, a little weird to ask. So I had to pick and choose the ones that, some of them were inappropriate to do on air. But I'm flattered some of the questions you guys asked. But here we go. Here are one question. Favorite hobby? What is a hobby? I talk for a living, so that's a hobby. That's my career. But a hobby, I would say, I don't really have a hobby other than talking. I would say a hobby. I like watching sports. That's a hobby? I don't know. That's a hobby. That's what I do. Watching football. That's my favorite hobby. That's a hobby. I don't know. I don't really have a hobby. I'm a boring person. So I don't really have a hobby. Yeah, that's a hobby. Watching sports. Okay? Alright. Here's another question. Have you ever cried during a movie? Yes, I have. Recently, when I went to see Black Panther Wakanda Forever, I shedded a little tear. Especially at the end when the Lift Me Up, Hold Me Down little song. Absolutely, I shared a tear or two. Yes, when that Rihanna Lift Me Up, Hold Me Down came on. Absolutely, I played that. I did, yes. What's your dream house? Dream house. Okay, so I want to, when I become wealthy, rich, whatever. I want to have, I want me and my wife. I want a 3-bedroom, maybe 4-bedroom, house either in Los Angeles, California, or Atlanta. Or I would like to have a nice studio apartment in New York. Yes. So, yeah. Dream house, I want a pool. I want a nice backyard, a nice garage, maybe 3-car garage, yeah. That's it. A nice kitchen, just like the basics. I'm not really a flashy dude. I don't want a big house. That's too much stuff to clean. I want a nice living room. I want a nice man cave. I want a home studio in my house, so maybe like a man cave downstairs. Yeah, that's it. Nothing major. I'm really not that flashy of a dude. That's my dream house. Either LA, Atlanta, or New York. Mostly New York. I love New York. I want to live in New York. I want to work in New York. That's where I want to do. So yeah, that was Get At Me. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching. Whatever you do, make sure you like, subscribe, share, everything. And we'll see you guys next week. I'm Shimei Cook. The action never stops. This has been What's Up with Shimei Cook. See you guys next time. Bye.